Gotta adjust. Hey, welcome back to another video. Today we react to my man Bernie Sanders. Bernie. I know some of y'all think he crazy, but I think he's a genius. I think he's smart. I think he's seeing the world for what it is. We about to give it to the man Bernie. He should have been president. It's too late now. He can't be president now. He's too old for that. But well, actually, I don't know. Biden was pretty old too, but I think he's older than Biden almost, right? I think he's right there with Biden in age. Anyways, let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. No time to waste.
As President Trump and members of Congress roll out the red carpet for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, let us remember that Netanyahu has been indicted as a war criminal by the International Criminal Court for overseeing the systematic killing and starvation of civilians in Gaza. These war crimes continue to this day. Netanyahu's extremist government has killed more than 57,000 Palestinians and wounded almost 135,000.
Whoa. That's deep. That's deep.
60% of whom are women, children, or elderly people.
Ah, man.
Hundreds of thousands of people are starving after Israel prevented any aid from entering Gaza for nearly 3 months. In the last 6 weeks, Israel has allowed a trickle of aid to get in through a private foundation backed by security contractors. This has been a catastrophe, with near-daily massacres at the new aid distribution sites. In its first 5 weeks of operation, 640 people have been killed and almost 5,000 injured while trying to access food through this mechanism. A coalition of more than 200 NGOs said last week that, quote, Palestinians in Gaza face an impossible choice: starve or risk being shot while trying desperately to reach food to feed their families.
Wow.
The Red Cross reports that Gaza's hospitals are overwhelmed by a, quote, relentless surge in critical cases, end quote, from these daily massacres, and that medical facilities are running out of body bags. The Israeli newspaper Haaretz interviewed Israeli soldiers posted to these distribution points, who say they are ordered to shoot into crowds of civilians who pose no risk. One soldier said, quote, it's a killing field. Where I was stationed, between 1 and 5 people were killed every day, end quote. Netanyahu's extremist government is also preventing baby formula from reaching hospitals, meaning mothers who have been starved for months and cannot breastfeed their infants have no alternative but to watch their children slowly starve. This is the man that Donald Trump and Congress are welcoming this week. A war criminal who will be remembered as one of the monsters of modern history. Given the corrupt nature of the American political system, where billionaires are able to buy elections and heavily influence legislation, it will not be easy to stop U.S. military aid for the Netanyahu government. But that is exactly what the American people want us to do, and that's what we've got to do. Together, let's make it happen. Thank you.
Okay, so lots to unpack there. I don't know how anybody. I've been somewhat on the outside of this. I know that it wasn't the Palestinians. It was Hamas that attacked first, and after Hamas attacked, Israel went to war and attacked back. After Israel attacked back, I guess there was a siege that happened there. I guess something like that, and I guess they're blocking them from having food. Okay, blocking people from having food. Here's my thing, right? Here's my big question about all this, right? What do we do, right? The Middle East has been in conflict for several decades, right? And here's one argument I've heard, right? So I heard this from Arak Mahadadejad, specifically from the guy in Iran, right? He argued that the reason why Israel Israel came to be was because after the Holocaust, they wanted Jews to have a place where they can go specifically, right? And that land was biblically part of Jewish culture, right? But they said that land belonged to the Palestinians at first, right? And the Palestinians had lived there for generations. The Jews had been moved out generations ago, and the Palestinians came in and started living there, right? So after the Palestinians came in to live there, the Jews decided to come back in. I've heard different things. I've heard things about ethnic cleansing. I've heard basically like the rivalry between Jewish and Islamic cultures. Here's my thing, right? When people talk about anti-Semitism, right? Anti-Semitism and things like that. Can you be anti-Semitic as a Muslim, right? Or as a Jew? You can't be anti-Semitic either way because they're both Semitic people. But they have differences of opinion. Should we help? Yes, I think on both ends. I mean, I think there should be some detailed structure within how we help the Israelis. As long as it's not costing people their lives, like what he's saying, if that's what it is. You know, we got to be careful with a lot of these senators because he's on the left. So, and we got to be careful with anybody on the right who's fully for it and some people who's fully against it. We have to see through what's real and what's happening, you know. There's so much more to the history. I know you guys are gonna like try to kill me in the comment section. I'm just trying to give a brief history of all of it, and from my understanding and my point of view, and I'm trying not to say too much that could be bad. But the Arak Mahadadejad point: what did the Palestinians do to lose that land? Was his question. The Palestinians didn't do anything, you know. If they wanted to give them land, they should have gave them Germany because that's where it happened at, right? However, though, biblically speaking, that land is Jewish, right? If we're going off the Bible, but if we're also going off the Quran, that land is theirs. The Palestinians, or not the Palestinians, but Muslims, like, you know, Palestinians are mostly Muslims. Hope I got that right. You know, a lot of them are Arab. They're Arab, Semitic people as well. It's so much. It's so much because I've learned so much. Like I've watched so many debates on it, and I really just don't know like where to stand with it. I do think that we, being the superpower that we are, America should definitely put in some type of role to help out. But I also don't think that people should be unalived in the process of all this, and I think that we should find some way to help without, you know, unaliving so many people. But how do you help two groups of people that are literally at odds? Like it's almost like there's no reconciliation because of everything that's been happening. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just giving my opinion, and if you don't like it, okay. But you could comment down below what you think. What's ways that we can help? What's something that we could do? Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I'm out. Anyways, y'all. Peace.